We're here at a wet Windhill Bike Park for a little bit of a challenge today. I've got Blake over from GMBN.
Yes, hi guys. Yeah, we're going to spend as much time in the air than on the floor. We're going to measure that and we're going to see how many jumps we're going to take on as well.
Yeah, all in an hour. I'm going to be riding up the hill, sessioning the trails on my e-bike versus Blake, who's going to be doing a little bit of pushing and sessioning little zones. So it's going to be an interesting one, right?
Very interesting. Right, Windhill's living up to its name.
Ready for takeoff?
Take off.
Let's go. So you viewers at home might be wondering how the hell we're going to measure all these jumps today. Take it away, Blake.
It is a good question on how the hell are we going to measure all of this. Well, this nifty little computer on my stem and on your handlebar has got an accelerometer inside of it that will measure all that activity out on the trail. Now, I'm using the Garmin 1030 Plus and you're using the 830. And they've both got the same sort of software inside. And every time you take off, it's going to record all of that kind of good air time that we want to get.
Yeah, it measures how long you're in the air, even the takeoff speed that you hit the jump at. It's pretty clever, right?
Yeah, it is very clever. So before we get stuck in and get some air time, I'm going to talk about the rig I'm going to be riding today. This is my nuke-proof Reactor. It's a 29-inch wheel bike, front and rear. It's no mullet, no 27.5. Now the suspension on this bike, I have a 150 on the front mill fork and on the rear is a 130 mil rear shock. Now there's a few adjustments I've done to the bike just to be a little bit more suited to me because I love to spend more time in the air than I do on the trail. On the front, I'm running quite high pressure and on the rear, I'm running again more high pressure. Tokens to the max front and rear. Tire pressure, 35 PSI, front and rear. On the rear, I've actually got an insert just because I like to charge a little bit. Apart from that, it's a trail bike. It's quite lightweight. Oh, I do have a battery on this bike, right? So I do need to charge it, and it's down here. Look, there's a battery here, SRAM access. That's the only thing that needs charging apart from myself, my body. So for breakfast, depending on how many Weetabix bricks I do have, determines how much I'm fully charged. So I had 5 bricks. So I am fully charged for today's event. Ready.
And the bike I'm riding today is my big hitting Husqvarna Hardcross 8. Now this bike has 180 mil travel front and rear, so it is a big hitting machine. It's running on 27.5 wheels. And the changes that I've made to this bike for the airtime challenge is, first of all, slamming my seat down nice and low to get out of the way, stiffened up my suspension to around about 10 to 15% sag on the front and about 20 on the rear. And tire pressure, well, I pumped that up to 40 PSI, so we've got a fast rolling tire that's going to be predictable, especially on those bigger hits. And maybe this rain. So the trails that both me and Blake choose to ride here today at Windhill will make a difference to that overall jump count. Luckily here at Windhill, we've got lots of jumps to get air underneath your wheels. But what I do think is going to be pretty interesting is Blake isn't going to be wasting his time riding up the hill necessarily. He can session jumps over and over again. Obviously I can do that too, but I want to do top to bottom runs versus that sessioning that Blake's going to do. So it's going to be interesting to see what makes a difference.
We're at the top. We've pressed play.
Yeah.
We've got an hour to get as much air time as possible.
Got the GoPros rolling, we've got the wind behind us. Are you ready?
Steady, go.
All right, see you in a bit.
Great jump.
Great jump. So slidey. Conditions are pretty wet and muddy and pretty slidey and windy, so I'd like to be hitting the pro line, but I think today it's not going to happen.
I've just done the climb. I've actually seen Chris, he's gone down for a second run. I think I'm going to be quite strategic because it's a race, you know. I'm going to session literally from there all the way down to the tables and then push back up, do it again. So hopefully I can stay on par. He's coming. It's like a husky, like the dog husky. Funny that, he's on a husky. Right, I think I'm gonna start from here. So the trails are kind of close today. I think I'm just gonna boost everything, dude.
Now, I see Blake's technique on that one is tucking up nice and high, maximising that air mileage. So, might nick that one. Oh, he's getting the short laps in, look.
I didn't have to go all the way to the bottom, which is quite far down there. He's coming again. Oh, no, there he is.
Hopefully, he might make a difference. So, there he is.
I'll catch him, actually.
Getting his laps in.
I'll catch him. Go higher than him. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh! He's got a motocross bike behind. Oh, it's actually pretty intense. Running back-to-back runs. Jump, 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 jump. We're going to mix things up a little bit. Let's get on that middle line. All right, it's dropping down this little black run. Some nice little jumps on this as well. It's super wet here today as well. So. See, this is all wheels on the ground stuff. We don't really want too much of this. A couple of jumps at the bottom.
So, on a mud guard, when I do land to fly, the mud guard shifts. If I go again quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jumps, and he's doing, I know there's 2 up there, and then there's 8, 9, 10 jumps there. Oh, so if I can get 2 to his 10, that means I'm 2 above.
See how slippy this thing is. Over jump. Nice.
Right, we're 19 minutes in. To be honest, I bet Chris has hit the whole park by now. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs. I reckon he's nearly doubled that. Distance though, nearly 3K. I think Chris has doubled that as well. But hey, it's a competition to see how many jumps you can hit. I think this is a big bang for buck right here. All right.
The last 8 minutes. Hopefully do 2 runs on this ride. There's Blake pushing his push bike through the woods.
All right, I got 7 minutes. I want to go hit my favorite jump. I haven't hit that yet. It's the step up. It's 1 jump.
Run like Jack Sparrow.
Now run like Jack Sparrow. Run quicker.
I actually underestimated how hard doing jump lines are back to back, up and down the hill for an hour. This is definitely a workout, and I'm feeling pretty darn sorry for Blake at the minute. Whew. Right, we're approaching the halfway point of half an hour here, so I think we'll do a quick check-in and have a look at the data from the Garmin. Whew. This is so hard. Well, the amount of jumps that I've done is 141. So the longest jump that I've done was jump number 98 out of 141 in the air for 1 second, 0.43. So nearly 1.5 seconds of airtime. Distance of 41 feet. And I hit that takeoff at 19.66 miles per hour. I wish you luck, Blake. See you in a half hour.
Oh man, 30 minutes in, stop. Oh wow, so far, 138 jumps, 14.5 meters is my longest one. That's quite far. That's like from here to that trio. That's very far. It's probably that big step down. Because I haven't hit the pro line, I hit Arcade E and there's a big long step down in that one, which I thought I could get nice safe hang time on. 14.5 meters, and the hang time on that bad boy was 1.35 seconds. And the speed I hit that at was 38.49 kilometers an hour. But that's not my fastest one. My fastest one was 41.08 kilometers an hour. And we're only halfway. I'm going for more.
Here he is, Blake Samson.
How many times have you been on this rolling now?
Too many times. And it's getting more and more slippy and wet. My ass feels absolutely soaked. How are you feeling?
Shattered.
I bet on that thing.
Pushing up.
Pushing up.
Doing as many laps as I could on that red.
Oh yeah, that's the one. I think the trail choice is like the most thing you got to think about. That trail, I think the most jumps per trail coverage.
Bang for buck, that is.
Yeah, bang for buck, you get the most. I've hit pro line. Do you hit pro line yet?
No.
But it's just insane. My legs are like jelly, my hands are like jelly, and just manning up and holding on for that stuff isn't good. Right, it's half hour left. I'll see ya back up here.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Wait. This is my favourite. It's only one jump though. Oh, jump.
Just so slick today. It's normally pretty sandy. Whoa. I can hear Blake. Oh, we've got on the natural line.
Way, Chris.
Free ride, baby.
I think Chris has done so many laps, but I'm going to do a flip. Stop it! So technically, right, that should be higher than a normal jump because I go high, but because of the flip, I goes higher. So the Garmin will be that little bit more higher. So I'm kind of cheating it. I don't think it's right. The logic's there, but I don't think the mathematics is. Let's do it again though.
All right, last 10 minutes on the clock. Let's make this count. I'm super tired now. My arms are weak, my legs are weak. So I'm just gonna chill on the pro line. Well, chill as much as you can. Last jumps count. 3 minutes left. Maybe a quick blast up to the last few hits.
That mud guard. All right, great jump. 5.5 meters, 15k an hour. I actually hit that at 15k's an hour. Done. Power hour complete. Let's go find Chris.
Right, our power hour is over. We've downloaded all the data from our Garmin's to the Garmin Connect app. So let's take a look then.
Trump's time, Chris.
Yeah, let's see then.
What's your total jumps? Actually, I'll say it.
Go on.
My total jumps was 154.
154 jumps in total. Well, I just trumped you on this one.
I just...
274 jumps.
That's
in
like
total.
nearly double.
Okay, how about this one then, Blake? Try and beat this. Longest jump that I did was 41 foot.
41 foot?
Yep.
That's pretty big.
Pretty big. That was
did
down
it-
on the bottom of Pro Line, I think, on that big sender.
Okay. I'll beat you there.
Did you?
Yeah. I
Wow.
did it in 43. Well, my longest jump was 43.5 feet.
Wow.
And it was next to where yours is, but it's an Arca E. I pedaled into it and I just launched it.
Popping it, that light bike getting the advantage there,
Yeah.
possibly. So beat me on that one.
All
Right.
So what you did, basically, the next one is how many seconds you were in the air. Hopefully you've done some minutes, but because you've done 274 jumps, I only did 150. My total time in the air was 2 minutes, 13 seconds.
Oh, smash on this one. 3 minutes.
A minute more in the
3
air.
minutes and 20 seconds.
God. Richard Branson would be proud of
You
you.
would be clocking up those air miles.
Yeah.
Right, last one then. The distance that you actually spent in the air on your total ride in an hour then.
So if I were to hit one massive takeoff, I would have traveled 2,732 feet.
Wow,
That's quite far, isn't it?
that's a big double. I don't think that's bigger than Darkfest, right?
Yeah, just a bit.
And I did 6,004 foot. So,
Dude, you can jump across like
again,
the canal.
a bit more than that, I think.
2 canals.
Nearly doubling that then, isn't it?
4 canals?
3. Well, more than that, 10
5
canals.
10.
So some big differences, isn't there, on the
Yeah,
day?
it
It's
is.
pretty much, I think the only one you picked me on was that distance, longest distance on a single jump.
At least I
wasn't
won one.
Yeah.
But the thing is, whilst throughout the whole day, right, I did say that you were doing double to what I was doing.
it? Pretty much.
Which was
I
pretty
think.
much
Yeah.
nearly bang on, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think if we looked at the other data, probably from the ride, the elevation and all that stuff,
Exactly.
probably would have been double on that again.
Yeah.
And I just think with the e-bike, it just goes to show that pretty much getting double the bang for your buck, on those runs. You can hit that many more jumps, maybe learn some more skills, and more polished up. And I think the bonus of that bike is
Yeah.
it's super stable,
Yeah.
big, heavy bike. It's predictable as well. I haven't had many moments where I thought, whoa, I'm out of control, nosedive or looping out.
Can I get one?
Of course you can. You got one, haven't you? Hidden away secretly. We all know that. But let us know what you think about this Airtime challenge. If you've enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to us over on EMBN, and of course, check out GMBN too. Check out the merch shop for the latest kit, and we shall see you in the next one.
See ya.
Cheers.
Cup of tea?
Let's do it.
Cup of tea.